I'm back. Let me go ahead and finish the reading. It says, government has you isolated and blocking your movement and money. Government has you isolated and blocking your movement and money. I mean, do I really have to say that yes, there are corrupted people in government? We already know that, right? We know that. We are living it. There are corrupted people all over the world, needless to say. Okay? Yeah, so, when you have corrupted people in the government and they hear, to me, God keeps saying this is big. And it's so, because I talked about it yesterday about it being that you're big, bigger than what you know, bigger than how you perceive yourself to be, huge. Like how many lives you gonna touch? Yeah, you don't think the government know about who you are? You don't think the government know how big you're going to be? You don't know the government knows if you continue to grow on the levels that you're growing and continue to believe and have faith, that even they're gonna have to take a seat. Okay, the government, the people that's in the government that are corrupted, that have come up against you, that have stopped your money at points, isolated you. These people don't want to see you be great because you're going to affect the corruption in the world. Okay, God said you already have, and they know it. They came for you, and I came for them. God say these people, and it's so crazy, it's all coming together. When I talked about how people came up against some of y'all and they cheated, and you didn't even know you was in some type of competition or for a fight for your life at some point, and you didn't know what was going on behind the scene. God said these people that came up against you, that's a part of the government, they knew who you were. And they try to strip you of it. They tried to make you be literally homeless because they did not want you to change the world. They know the impact that you have. They want the world to stay corrupted. If anybody who's out here speaking any positivity, any empowerment, any liberation, any of that, they want to shut them down. And God said these people are very aware that they have violated so many rights. Okay, and I spoke about this previously. They violated your civil rights, your freedom of speech, because some of them, I know mine, people hacked on my YouTube, was messing with my audio and all that. They have messed with so many things to shut you down. They mess with your job. They send people to your job to stress you out, to come up against you. They try to mess with your mental. I mean, the list goes on and on. Where if they wouldn't have never done that, your life would not have been the way it was. You would have continued to continue to push forward, continue to healing with God, and just continue to grow, and elevate to where you want to be. But these people kept putting stepping stones in the front of you every time. Oh, we can mess with their mental. Oh, we can mess with their phone. Oh, we can hack their phone. Oh, we can mess with their job. Oh, we can mess with their car. Oh, we gonna overcharge them. We gonna call up these mechanics and tell these mechanics to do this and do that, and make a plug not be screwed tight when they get their oil changed so they shit can fuck up. We gonna send this gang stalker and put a hole in one of their tires. They did it to me. My other car, they did that shit to me. I mean, they do the most just to stop you because they do not want you to be great. They don't want you to make the change in the world. Okay? They don't want you to be the change. They don't want you to be the beacon of light. And they did this at all costs, with knowing that they have broken every damn law that was created and made in this earth. They have broken every law. Whereas they were supposed to protect and serve you with some of these corrupt police officers, they did what? They took the money and they came up against you. Instead of protecting you, they want to harm you in some type of way, whether it's your mind, your body, your spirit, your soul. They want to harm you. They want to cease you. They want to stop you at all costs. Okay, so it's not just that you had, you know, your family, friends. You got the government coming up against you. You got celebrities coming up against you. You got people who you don't even know coming up against you. That's how big and great you are. That's how big and great you are. You are the movement in the world for change. There are people that talk about change, but you about the change. You about wanting to see the change in the world. You're not about that talk stuff. You're about that business. You're about handling that business. Okay? God to help a lot of y'all to boss up. Where when you look back at you, you will never think that you are where you are today. Always give glory to God. Always give glory to God. Always give gratitude to your ancestors, because had it not been for the Most High God and your ancestors and everybody else who you don't see behind the scenes who is rooting for you, you would have maybe possibly never made it. So give gratitude to them. And also God said, do not dismiss yourself. Give gratitude to yourself, because even though you had those people in the background rooting for you, even though God was pushing you along and your ancestors was helping you, but you had to be a willing vessel, a willing soul to continue to push on forward. Okay? Had you not been a willing vessel and a willing soul, it still wouldn't have happened. No matter how much God did what God did, and how much your ancestors did what they did, and how much people in the background was rooting you on, had you not continued to persevere, had you not to continue to do self-love, had you not continued to believe in yourself and the Most High God that you can, you shall, and you will continue on this journey, it wouldn't have happened. So do not X yourself out when you give that gratitude and appreciation to others. Okay? Yeah. God showed you how to stand up for yourself, because a lot of y'all have been bullied even by the government. Okay? A lot of y'all have been bullied even by the government. That's how big you are. Okay? They behind the scenes causing the bullyingness, causing people to come up against you, causing all the things. The whole government, the corrupted government, has been bullying you. And where you see things that's coincidental, some things are just not coincidental. Thank you for the hearts in the chat. Some of the things literally in your life to make you feel a certain kind of way. Man, all these people hate me. Oh my God, the police is stalking me. Oh my God, God say you will move on. And you heard God say, I would what, Lord? You will move on. Move forward. I'm with you, my child. And that's all you needed to hear. And what you did, you kept pushing. God said, do not be afraid, my child. Look at the enemy in his eyes. And what you did. You want to fight, nigga? Let's fight, nigga. Let's do this. You look the enemy in his eyes without any fear, and you say, you want to fight? Let's do this. Let's do this, enemy. Okay? You became courageous, whereas at one point you would have been scared and weak. But it's because of your faith and your belief in the Most High God that you said to yourself, I shall, I will, I must move forward. I shall, I must, I will move forward. That's how much faith you have. That's how big you are. Your faith is so big that it moves mountains. It moves the motherfucking government. The government. Thank you for the hearts in the chat. We're not talking about no little people. We talking about the motherfucking government. We talking about motherfucking celebrities who already are in their place of success and money. You irritate the big people. And you sitting up there trying to think small? You trying to think small about yourself. The devil's showing you how big he is when he let the government come up against you. The government showing you how big he was when he allowed gang stalkers to stalk you. The celebrities that showed you how big you was when they had them helicopters over your head, honey. So stop thinking small. You are big. You are big. After today, I don't want you thinking small no more. If you done had all this happen to you and you walking by faith and not by sight, you walking with the Most High God no matter who you are, where you are, and you done had all of this stuff happen to you, I don't want you thinking small no more about yourself. When you get out your bed and you put your feet on the ground, I want you to think, I got big feet. And I'm not talking about in a literal sense. You walk heavy. You step on the devil. Your foot on the devil's neck is heavy. And that's why you've been experiencing so much heaviness coming towards you, because you heavy. You heavy. What you carry is heavy. What you carry is big. What you carry is huge. Do you understand me? Get motivated. Know who you are in the Lord. I am who God says I am. I'm not who you say I am and who you say I am. God told me who I am, and I'm going to stand on it. I'm going to stand on business because I'm big. I'm not coming here to do nothing small. I come here to shake things up. I come here to rock things up. I come to make mountains move. I come to push people out of my way. That's how big I am. And yeah, you might see me walking along, but baby, who behind me, honey? Oh my God, my crew, my gangsters, my people. The people who love me, them angels, all of them people who behind me, baby, we gonna knock you down, baby. We gonna knock you down like you trying to knock me down, baby. I ain't walking alone. You F-A and F-O when you fuck with me. I'm big. Know that you big. Know who you are in God. Know that you are a child of God. And when you say that out your mouth and you walk this walk and you see how the devil come up against you, know that when you say you're a child of God, that's big. That's major. That's bigger than the government. And they know it. Can you start knowing it? Can you start knowing it, I asked? Can you start knowing how big you are? How many times I gotta tell you? Ain't no small from this day on. I need you to walk like it. I need you to talk like I got God in you. I need you to live like you got God in you. I need you to live like you a person of inheritance. You come from the kingdom and God blessed you. I need for you to walk in this world like you got heavy feet. I need when you get out the bed, the damn earth freaking shakes. The neighbors hear you and you might have walked so gently out the bed, but I need you to know that when your feet hit the ground, there's power in your feet. You are big. Do you understand? Because you walk with the Most High God. And you are a child of God. All right, let's move on. Some of y'all's names could begin with a Y, and or Z. First letter of your name or last letter of your name. Doesn't mean that you have to have a Y or Z in your name for this to resonate with you. Okay? It doesn't mean. If this is resonating with you, you feel this. If you feel this reading, what I'm saying, this for you, baby. No more playing it small. All right? Some of y'all walk so heavy and big in the Lord, you gonna cause mental breaks in people. Because you about to change their whole mindset. Y'all know that in this journey, God had to strip us a lot, right? He had to strip our mindset. He had to strip us naked in the spiritual. We literally felt naked, but we had clothes on in the physical. See, this is how heavy your walk is. This is how big you are. Understand that when you come around people and you speak the words out your mouth, you make mindsets change. You cause mental breaks. Why? Because the breaking is not to cause the mental to not be healthy. The breaking is to break the mindset of the way people been thinking, so that God can build them back up, so their mental can be stable. They can be put back again. God got to break you down to lift you back up, baby. Put you back together again. So God will put you in places and spaces around people to cause the mental break. Your mere presence. Your mere presence in their life, your walk, just passing by them, can cause a mental break. But that mental break, don't look at it as for the bad, because God used you and your energy to just go in front of that person to have that mental break, so God can strip them of that mentality. Because who they gonna call on? They're gonna call on God. And God used you to strip them of that mentality, so that he can renew their mind and build their mentality the way he wants them to see the world in truth. And there are gonna be some that don't wanna change. They don't want to, they have that mental break and they stay that way, because they refuse to change their mentality. You know, the breaking is painful. Many of us who walk this journey know how painful it is. But when God strips you of everything you know and everything that you thought you knew, all of that stuff, and he builds you back up, oh my God, you become the person that God has always wanted you to be. And you look at things so differently, and you understand there are so many perspectives in life. And you understand that just because you have a certain perspective doesn't mean that someone else does not have a perspective. God opens up your mind to try to understand their perspective as well. Because there are different perspectives that can lead to the same road. But oh my God, some people's perspective are so amazing. And it can teach you just as well as you can teach them. It's understanding not to have just one perspective and one mindset. Have an open mindset so you can see the beauty of all people who God created, instead of just your own mindset and thinking that everybody should think like you, everybody should go this way. Well, I'm successful. If you don't do this, then you can't be successful. That's bullshit. Your mind is closed. Everybody ain't created to think like you. Everybody ain't gonna walk the way you walk. Everybody ain't gonna talk the way you talk. Everybody ain't gonna dress the way you dress. God uses all his children that want to be used to have their own way of thinking, their own way that God wants them to walk, to get to the same place. All right, I almost got about to get off here. Let me hurry up in 2 minutes. Let's see if I can finish it up in 2 minutes. You could be a spiritualist that this resonates with. It says justice system hired a hitman to unalive you. We already know that this is true. Again, they don't want the corruption to stop. They know you big. You got to know you big. Think big from this day on. Ex before last ex betrayed you, came up against you, is a part of this cult. God is giving you everlasting peace. God refused to allow these people to continue to try to take your peace of mind away. Look at that. Look at that. Boss leader energy. What have we been talking about? How big you are. This what you carry. They see you a boss around here in this piece. This right here is confirmation by itself. All right, so it says, don't confuse arrogance for boldness. Yeah, people like to sit there, oh, that person's arrogant. They be wanting to find anything to say about you to justify the reason why they coming up against you when they know they're arrogant. They projecting that shit off on you. No, you bold. You bold in the Lord. And if people can't see that, then that's on them. Your name could start with an M, or somebody coming up against you name could start with an M. Your name could start with an O, or you could have an O in your name, or someone coming up against you has an O in their name, but they does not have to mean that at all, okay? Yeah, these are your bullies. The government, the gang stalkers, the celebrities, people you don't know, tarot readers, somebody that in your field of work, some co-worker, they your haters, they your bullies. They F-A and F-O. They see how big you are now. You could be African American, but you do not have to be African American. Yeah, they're a complete loser out here, and they see it. They see how much of a loser they are. Yeah, hidden cameras. We already talked about that. These people have put hidden cameras on you to try to have your whereabouts, and try to. Some of these people did it because they want to mimic you. They want to steal your material and become you. If we could just get rid of them, we could just become them. How can we mimic that energy? We gotta get it some kind of way. You gotta do nothing, because God gonna make you sit down. That's what you're gonna do. Yeah, they didn't became obsessed with you. So if you see people stalking you still to this day, or doing whatever they're doing behind the scenes, because they became obsessed with you, you have their full attention, undivided attention. Some of them could be a fire sign. All right, beautiful people, I got to get off of here just in time. I hope y'all enjoyed this reading. I will be back on here with a new reading. This was a reading from yesterday, the continuance of the reading from yesterday when I had technical difficulties yesterday. I hope you enjoyed this reading. Remember, you are big. Let me say it like when I say the word big, let me make you feel that. You are big, huge. Walk big, walk heavy. You're a child of God. Know how big that is. You make mountains move. You deliver people under the sound of your breath. All right, I love you, beautiful people. This is Just Love, and don't forget to love yourself. Bye, beautiful people.